Should you draft this old decrepit man in fantasy football this year? Well, let's talk about it. Travis Kelce is pretty old. Kelce is one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the sport. And at one point, he pushed the boundaries of what could be expected of fantasy tight end. But those days are past. Kelce finished last year as the tight end 5. He's currently going as the tight end 5 and the 77th overall player. So the thing about Kelce is I just don't see – you got to understand that I don't even know if Kelce's value where it is right now matches what his actual field production value will be. Kelce is a 7th round pick right now, and that's a far drop from where he was as a 2nd round pick last year. But I still just don't know if I'm that excited about Kelce, just because I think he's moved so far down the Chiefs' pecking order that I just don't know how productive he really can be. Last year, when Rashee Rice was healthy to begin the season, we saw Kelce average 4 points a game in PPR. That is horrible and not fantasy startable. And that was before we saw the emergence of Xavier Worthy over the course of the year. We saw Kelce immediately after Rashee Rice's injury. He averaged 14 points a game for the next 6 weeks. However, as the season went on and Worthy started to get more and more involved in the offense, Kelce's production dipped to the point where he started averaging less than 10 points a game. He was still, fantasy startable. He was averaging 9.2 points per game. But that still wasn't, that's not super great, especially in PPR. And a lot of the problem with that was, even though Kelce was getting, 7, 8, even sometimes double-digit targets a game, he was horribly inefficient with the balls he did catch. He averaged less than 10 yards a catch, so many games last year. And after Rashee Rice was injured, he only caught 2 touchdowns. He only had 3 touchdowns on the year, and he only caught 2 after Rashee Rice was injured. So now, coming into this year, we have a healthy Rashee Rice, a fully emerged Xavier Worthy, and the return of Hollywood Brown, who, even though he's not going to be fantasy relevant, he's going to be real-life relevant. He's going to be taking targets. So I just don't know what to do with Kelce, because he's probably 3rd on the pecking order, and that just makes him like Pat Freiermuth. You don't want to start Pat Freiermuth. And listen, Kelce has the talent historically, but I just think it's gone by this point. And I think, if you compare him to other guys going in this range, David Njoku is a top 2 target on his own team. And Mark Andrews, while he might not get the volume, he's going to catch touchdowns. Mark Andrews is a red zone monster that Travis Kelce did not show, even last year when he was being bad. Mark Andrews is a red zone monster, and Travis Kelce wasn't. Listen, if you're in an 8-team league, someone's going to start Travis Kelce as your tight end, but I don't think it should be you. I'm giving him an F.